Xavian, you guys probably have the best unit on in the program right now. It seems like that linebacking core is really strong. How much do you feel like you guys improved during spring, and how much better can you guys get during camp?
I feel like we improved a lot during the spring, and we got a lot more improving to do. As far as like getting better, we added players in Drew Harris, Trent, and guys like that. That's going to help us, and yeah.
Okay, Xavier, we talked to Cam earlier, and he was talking about just the development of the defensive line, but talk about them just a little bit, but also talk about him as a teammate. And that was one of the things we touched on. It's not super popular for a player, especially a successful one, to stay at the same school for 5 years. So just kind of talked about how all that's going.
Yeah, I mean, Cam is an unbelievable person, and like when you say that, like he's been at the same university for 5 years, like that says a lot. That says a lot about him and the type of person he is, and as far as like being a teammate, like he's one of the, when I first got here, Cam helped me look for a house. He was one of the first people to help me look for a house, and like I still got the messages where it was like, man, he introduced himself and then he told me like, if you need any help finding a place to live, I got you, and like things like that. So yeah, he's one of one. Cam definitely one of one.
Xavian, you're going into year 2 with the program. You led the team in tackles last year. Do you feel any, extra pressure to kind of be like a full-on leader for the defense this year?
No, sir, because it's just football at the end of the day. It's still football. Still gonna play football regardless of anything. Still got to play football. So as far as like pressure or anything like that I don't feel any, to be honest.
Xavier, obviously you started your career at Georgia. What do you think your biggest takeaway was from your time in Athens?
Being a winner. Being a winner, how to win, and yeah, that's really it.
And talking about the schedule, obviously, Coach Pitt touched on it. We know what a gauntlet it is year in and year out, and that's going to be tough in itself. But you guys, you got some tough games to start, but you got a really good chance to make some noise, particularly in the first 4 or 5 games. So just talk about the excitement for that.
Oh yeah, we're really excited for the season. Itching to be back playing football. We got some new pieces on the team. As far as defense, we added a lot of new players to the team, and since the spring, we haven't been able to see like what those players can do, or we haven't even been practicing yet since the spring. So we start camping in like 2 weeks, and just to be able to get those guys in pass and be back to playing football, I think it's a great opportunity for everybody.
You're seen as a leader for this defense. What would you say your leadership style is?
I lead by example, but since the spring, I've been better by being vocal and things like that, and just more comfortable. I would say more comfortable being vocal, and when you're able to, when you know your teammates why and stuff like that, you can not get on them, but you can talk to them and do things like that. So that's really what I've been doing this offseason, is getting closer to my teammates and things like that, so they can trust me and I trust them, and Yep.
Where would you say you've grown the most as a player over the last year?
As a player, I would say mentally, and then like size. Like, I put on like 10 pounds since the season, and I got bigger, stronger, faster. So yeah, I would say mentally and like my size.
You mentioned those new pieces that you guys have added on defense, which was quite a bit. But based on what you saw in the spring, how do you feel like everything's kind of coming together?
I feel like everything's coming together pretty good. Like even since the spring, like we added a lot of players since in the summer. So when we go play, line up to play football this fall, like it's not the same team as the spring. So yeah.
Arkansas's long known, what kind of play caller Coach Petrino is and what a great coach he is. Now that he's in year 2, and of course going against Taylor coming back as well, how much better does that make you guys as a defense?
What'd you say?
Just basically going and practicing against a Petrino offense. How does that help the defense?
Yeah, it helps the defense a lot. Coach Petrino offense, it's a lot of like, you got to know what's going on. So like it can be a lot of eye candy, and your eyes not in the right spot. He can get you. So it's definitely been an honor to have Coach Petrino on the other side of the ball, and we all on the same team, but in practice it's competition. So
Travis Williams, obviously, he got a lot of praise last year for the way that he handled the defense. A lot of people talk about him being a head coach. What specifically is it about Travis Williams and what he does as a DC that helped y'all be as good as you were last season?
His understanding of us, him knowing the type of players he got, and like he even said, like, man, if you got some dogs, you got to turn them loose. Like, turn them loose. And just his excitement, his energy, man. Coach T. Will, he's one of those. I love Coach T. Will, man. I love him. So, yeah.
So are you guys going to get turned loose this year? Do you kind of feel like it's, I don't know, reckless abandon or whatever you're going to say? Do you feel like that this year you guys will be pretty physical and you'll be able to stop the run and get to the quarterback when you need to?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. I feel like we will.
And kind of piggybacking off my offensive question, Braylon Russell's back, and you bring in Mike as Washington, yeah,
Mike Washington.
and then of course he came in from New Mexico State.
Yeah.
You still got Rodney, so just kind of talk about how all those running backs, especially Mike, coming in as a new guy.
Yeah, Mike's a great running back. He's physical, he's strong, he's big, and just to see him in the spring, be able to go against him, it's been a lot of help for me becoming a better player. Because Mike, he came from, Washington?
New Mexico State.
And like Mike's an SEC running back, man. Mike, he definitely an SEC running back, and I can't wait to see what he got to come this season. I know he's coming.
Xavian, the coach talked about wanting to put more pressure on the quarterback. How important is it to be able to stop the run on first and second down so you guys are able to do that?
It's very important. I feel like that's one of the most important things because you got to stop the run. Like everybody's gonna try. If they can run the ball on you, they probably will never throw the ball on you. So if they moving the ball down the field, you'll never probably get a ball thrown on you in the air. That's the most important thing, stopping the run. So